Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tom Worth Jr. and tonight I wanted to talk about Trump's false claims of peace deals or trade deals. He's always proclaiming that he's done a deal and he never really has. And I was going to go into the trade deals, but there's so many of them and he flips back and forth on those daily in some cases, like going back to his first term and then again this term. And it's a power, like with the current case with the tariffs, that he doesn't even have. It has been challenged in court cases, and it's the power to just declare tariffs as the president. We're not in a wartime environment. We're not under threat of a imminent invasion. These are powers that he exercises and he doesn't actually have. So to slap tariffs on to countries like Canada because he doesn't like a commercial, we're not at war with Canada. There's no stretch of the imagination where he could make that claim. I'm not even going to go into all of those. There are too many. All the ones with China, back to his first term, and they put him on and put him off. And those, I think, were more straight up, helping out his Wall Street buddies, tipping him off ahead of time just so they could fleece people out of billions of dollars in the stock market with no warning, because he would make these announcements in the middle of the trading day, which you typically wouldn't do with major trade actions, especially against a major partner like China. That's, I think, what that is about, is just his petty throwing his hissy fits and then also trying to get his buddies on Wall Street rich. What I am talking about now are the actual peace deals that he claims. And I heard a ridiculous claim by him that he had ended 7 wars. This was weeks ago, months ago. And then in talking to some Trumpers last week, they had mentioned, oh, well, he's ended 9 wars. And I thought, wait, what? What 9 wars has he ended, or 7, or whatever the number is? That's just crazy. But his people think that he has somehow ended 7 wars or 9 wars, whatever the number is. I don't even know. 7 was the number I heard. And why do they think this? Because he himself says it. He stands there in front of a camera and says, I've ended 7 wars. And suddenly it's a fact. And it's really annoying that so many people take it as fact. Because when I asked, what 7 wars are you talking about? And they start off with the end to the Israeli-Hamas-Palestinian conflict. First of all, that conflict isn't over. Second of all, it's not a war. It is terrorists attacking Israel sometimes, and it is Israel. They've already leveled West Bank. They've already leveled Gaza. There's no. It's not a war. It's them. It's Israel just absolutely leveling, annihilating, blowing back to the Stone Age this little bitty strip of Palestinian-controlled, for now, land that's within Israel, right? So that's not a war, and Trump didn't end it. He got a ceasefire. He made Netanyahu stop. I mean, there's nothing left to blow up. So really, all that happened was he got Netanyahu to agree to stop bombing whatever was left of any hospitals or residential areas or schools, under the guise of, hey, maybe there's a terrorist under there somewhere. He got him to stop doing that temporarily. Well, that was back earlier in October, the 10th, I believe. And what has happened since then? Last night, Tuesday night, Israel launched attacks and killed over 100 people in Gaza, mostly women and children. And why? Because someone killed an Israeli soldier. And Hamas claims it wasn't them. Israel claims it was. I don't know, an Israeli soldier died. And so 104 Palestinians were were bombed. Israel attacked them from the air, and they're all dead now. And that's not a ceasefire to me. What did Trump say? Trump said, "Well, if Hamas killed a soldier, Israel has the right to hit back, and they should hit back. But I don't want anything to violate this ceasefire." Well, it's already you're already firing again. What is there not left to? Okay, so this is the world that doesn't make any sense to my brain. Is when Trump says there's a ceasefire, and one side kills one person on the other side, and the other side kills 104 on the other side. Okay, the ceasefire's over, right? Or is, I don't know. I do know that that Hamas killed over 1,200 Israelis in the horrible attacks a couple years ago, and I do know that Israel has killed close to 70,000 is the number I saw on the BBC, Palestinians, and that seems out of whack to me, but that's what it is, and that's not the end of a war in my mind. Some of the other wars he's claimed to end, Israel and Iran, no, they're still, there is no lasting peace there. Those people are sworn enemies. There is a perpetual Cold War between Israel and Iran. Egypt and Ethiopia, I know nothing about other than Trump claimed to have ended a war there. India and Pakistan, they will never not be in conflict with one another. Now, things got really tense here for a while, and they are both nuclear powers. For Pakistan's part, they thanked Trump for his intervention. India said, no, we were talking with Pakistan all along, and we came to an agreement. And we came to a ceasing of the hostilities. We tamped it down. We backed off. Each side did. We agreed with each other to do this. It's what we always do. Trump claims that, first of all, that they're at war, and second of all, that he ended that war. He's not ending any wars. There's never any lasting deal. There's never, even trying to degrade the office of the United States presidency in his first term by traveling to North Korea to meet with that clown. Trump claimed that they agreed to disarm their nuclear arsenal. There is no such. North Korea would never agree to that, and North Korea immediately said, "No, we didn't agree to that." Trump always claims with every meeting with China that he's got this great deal from China, and China always immediately comes out and says, "No, we're going to look over whatever Trump said here, but that's not ringing a bell for the discussions we just got out of with the United States." So none of it ever is true. None of it is ever real. None of it is ever lasting. However, the fact remains that Trump's supporters always believe it, because Fox News will always say and give Trump credit for ending these conflicts or winning these trade wars that he himself starts and loses repeatedly. It's never going to change. So these people will hear a number. They'll see Trump saying he's ended 7 wars or 9 wars, and he's done no such thing. It's all they're ever going to believe. That's the problem here. You could argue that Fox News is really the bigger problem than Donald Trump or anything the Republicans are doing, because without Fox News, there is no single source. That's a big problem that the Democrats have in that regard, is there is no single source of truth. When you're in the business world, they're always searching for the single source of truth with their data, because there's so many data sources, information sources. It's just like in the media. There's however many media outlets there are that many data sources for your stories. There are that many versions of the truth. It's the same in business. However many data sources there are that many versions of the truth. So businesses are always looking for the single version of the truth. And the Republicans have that largely with Fox News. You can have your Newsmax or whoever come along and try to offer things as well, but his people are always going to Fox News, and the Democrats don't have that. That's not MSNBC. It's not CNN. It's just all over the place because these are actual journalists in many cases trying to find out what's happened and trying to be truthful. And Fox News just isn't. They are just a pure play, 100% propaganda mouthpiece for Trump. So that's what we're up against. Really heartening, I know. But we'll call it a Wednesday night now, and we will talk to you all tomorrow. Be safe.